All right, we are live. Happy Thursday, ladies. Today we are going to be doing a really fun recipe I'm so excited for, as you can probably tell by my overexcitement, but we're going to be doing another air fryer recipe, air fryer salmon. But before we dive into that, I want to introduce myself real quick. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Kate Horning. I'm a chef, I'm a nutritionist, I am the creator of A Healthy Passion, which is a meal planning software designed to help you guys know exactly what to eat to stay on track with your goals. Hey Jasmine, A Healthy Passion is basically that tool that if you're struggling with what to eat, if you waste a ton of time on Pinterest looking for healthy recipes, if you tear recipes out of a magazine that you're never going to make, you put in your information into Healthy Passion. It tells you exactly what you need to eat to reach your goals, and then you have an organized plan, shopping list, and recipes all in one spot. So if you guys haven't checked it out yet, ahealthypassion.com. I'll post the link in here after this video, but it's a game changer if you're busy and you just need help staying organized. You want delicious recipes your whole family's going to eat, but you still want to stay on track and reach your goals, hit your macros, carb cycle, etc. So also, second announcement, tomorrow we are hosting a live at 1 p.m. with my sweet friend Jenny Beth, and she's a dietitian, nutritionist, and she's a clean skin expert. Clean skincare is something I've been really interested in for a while now, and I've been experimenting with different brands, as well as clean makeup. So she's actually going to talk to us a little bit about what's in your skincare. Hey Tina, hey Ashley, even the stuff from Whole Foods, and then how to transition to healthier options for your skin, for your makeup, and all of that. So she's going to do a lot of fun little giveaways. We're going to teach you guys a really fun face mask recipe. She's going to help me kind of take some of my skincare and find healthier options for it. So it should be a really fun live, and I'm welcoming her into our group. So I'd love for you ladies to show up live, support her, just all be there and be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun. And if you guys enjoy that, I'd love to bring on more other guest experts to kind of share other areas that I'm not as well versed in. I know my wine, I know my food, I know my fitness. Well, Val knows the fitness, but I feel like there's a lot of other areas of health that I don't know as much about, so I'd love to learn with you guys. So 1 p.m. tomorrow, I made a group event for it, so you guys can just say you're attending. Everyone who says they're attending can be entered to win some fun prizes, and yeah, just come hang out with us. It's going to be, a lot of fun. So, okay, let's dive into the air fryer salmon. So salmon's one of those things that I love. You guys know I eat a lot of salmon, especially on my low carb days, and actually this recipe is going to be a perfect low carb day go-to. But what we need for this dish is, of course, our salmon. So hey Erin, hey Brittany. So I buy mine at Whole Foods. Actually, one of my clients today was asking about salmon. Wild is going to be your absolute best. If you can find wild caught salmon, like that's going to be the ultimate. But for me, I'm a big fan of farm raised. I just like the flavor. I think it's juicier, it's fattier, it's more delicious. So this is what I buy. This is Atlantic salmon. I get it at Whole Foods. It's super reasonable for good quality salmon. I think it's like $20 for this, and I keep it in the freezer. And I just pull a pack out and defrost it when I'm ready to eat. But what's really cool about it is there's no antibiotics, no growth hormones, and no crap in their feed. So the stuff they feed them is all good. No genetically modified, no after products, poultry products, any sort of that. They farm it in a sustainable way, so there's no like farming in sensitive habitats such as mangroves or wetlands. They monitor the quality to prevent pollution. They source their feed ingredients organically and responsibly. There's no added preservatives, no sodium bisulfite, sodium tripolyphosphate, sodium metasulfite, blah, blah, blah. You can trace it from farm to store. Hey, Laura. And there's third-party audits. So if you guys are looking for a good quality salmon and you have a Whole Foods, this is what I recommend, 100%. You want to be careful with fish because it can be farmed pretty nasty. And also there's an app that I like to use called the Monterey Bay Aquarium app, and that's a really good place to kind of look up and see what kind of fish you're having and where to buy it, or where to get it from, if that makes sense. So we've got our salmon, and what I like to do is I like to defrost it, and then I put it in a paper towel and just kind of like pat it dry, and that allows frozen salmon to get a nice crust on it. One thing I do find is if you defrost it in warm water and you leave it in the bag and it sits in that water for a long period of time, it can get kind of mushy and gross. So if you have trouble with that, defrost it kind of slow out of the package and then pat it dry. So that's the first ingredient. Next ingredient is going to be Cajun spice, and you guys were asking me what spices I like. I like to buy mine at Whole Foods, but if I don't get over to Whole Foods, it's on the other side of town, I just ran out, so I got this BADIA Cajun. It's really tasty. The ingredients aren't bad, and yeah, it's pretty much everywhere. So this is what I'm using. Yellow onion, this is huge. I'm using half of it. And we're serving the salmon with like a little saute. Some squash. I would have liked zucchini, but I didn't have any. And then a poblano pepper and some garlic. And that's it. And then for pantry, we've got olive oil, Celtic salt, red pepper, and Kerrygold butter. So pretty simple. And ignore my shirt. I didn't realize it was wrinkled and had stains on it until just now. So, okay. So first things first, we're going to start on the salmon. So with the air fryer, similar to the chicken, the goal with this is to create a nice moist interior, and a nice like kind of crisp exterior. So it's a really kind of even way to cook your fish. So what I'm going to do, like I did with the chicken, is just do a little olive oil right on top and just kind of rub it into the salmon to give it a nice moist sort of barrier of fat. And this salmon, again, has a nice marbling, it has nice fat, so it should be good. And then I'm going to take my salt and just season it up. And I wish you guys could see this. I'm sorry. I need to find my tripod. It's in the garage, and I just have been too lazy to get it all set up. Okay, then I'm going to rinse my hands off, and I'm going to place the salmon into the air fryer. Now, the key with anything in the air fryer, like with the chicken, like with the salmon, is to not overcrowd it. This is what it looks like. It's in there. I just have one piece because I don't like my salmon reheated quite as much, so I'm just going to make one for me, and then I'll make another one tomorrow to go with the leftover. And then I'm going to hit it with a little bit of the Cajun seasoning right on top. A good amount, but not crazy. I'll show you guys what that looks like there. There we go. And then I'm going to put my air fryer on 390 degrees for, we'll say, 7 minutes to 10 minutes. So I'm going to set my timer for 7, and I'm going to check it. Hey, Monique. The key with this is really, again, just to kind of keep an eye on it. I always set my timer on my phone when I'm doing anything in the air fryer just because this isn't quite as accurate. So I set it here, check on it. But you do want to make sure you turn the dial up enough to where it'll stay on, because it does turn off when the timer goes off. But one mistake I think a lot of people make is that when the timer goes off, they think the air fryer's off. But there's actually a lot of heat in here, so things will keep cooking, and you can end up with really like dry, overcooked food if you're not careful. So we'll start with 7. It should take between 7 and 10 minutes. So while that's happening, I'm just going to get my veggies cut up and my skillet on to medium heat, and we'll do our summer veggie saute. So again, I like zucchini for this, but I didn't have any. I thought I did, but I guess it was cucumbers. So we're just going to do 2 little squash. So you just take your squash, put the ends off, and then I'm going to take it and cut it into quarters, and then take it and cut it into kind of like 1/2 inch sort of slices, just like this. So like little baby bites of squash. And we're going to cut that up, cut our poblano up, and then do onion and garlic, and finish it off with a little Kerrygold butter. So that'll just be a really nice low carb side for our salmon. And I love the combination of the Cajun with the veggies, with the poblano, with the butter. It's just a super yummy combination of flavors. So my poblano, I'm just going to kind of cut similar sized pieces to the squash, so kind of just like this. That's going to go in. And you could use red bell pepper or yellow bell pepper, although yellow and yellow is kind of a little aggressive, but you could use orange bell pepper, anything that you really like. You know, whatever's in my garden is kind of what I throw into this. Hey, Kara. More just learn the technique and make it your own. So that's going to go in, and then we're going to get the other squash in there. You could add some fresh thyme in here as well. That would be really delicious. And I just noticed I didn't shut my blinds. That might probably help the light a little bit. And for those of you who are just popping on, I was telling you guys at the beginning, but I'm hosting a fun little live tomorrow all around healthy skincare. So if you guys are free at 1, come join me and my friend Jenny Beth. She's a clean skincare expert. She's going to talk about how to transition to a little bit healthier skincare, what's in some of the products that you're buying, you know, like at Whole Foods, because I was telling her, like, I just go to Whole Foods and buy whatever. I don't really read the ingredient label because I don't know what I'm looking for. So she's going to share some tips for that. And we're also going to do some fun giveaways. So if you guys are free, come hang out. We can learn about how to be a little healthier together. You know, I'm so obsessed with what I put in my body, but I don't always think about what I put on my body. So this is going to be a fun kind of reminder for all of us that, you know, holistic nutrition, holistic health is the whole thing, not just what you eat and what you drink. Also, for those of you guys who like the live cooking, Micah and I are going to start doing live cooking once a week over in my low sugar wine group. So if you guys want to come hang out in there, what we thought we would do is pick a wine and then pair it with a recipe and then do a little fun tasting and then cook the recipe together. So you guys will kind of learn about the wine, what to make to go with it, and then at the end of the day you'll have a nice meal. So I think we're going to do that once a week, depending on our schedule. We'll make a calendar for that. Okay, so onion is in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and add some olive oil. Just a generous drizzle, so about a tablespoon. Pinch of red pepper flakes. Pinch of Celtic salt. And then, like I said, medium heat. We're just going to let that go for probably 4 or 5 minutes. So what's cool is this whole dish is going to come together at once. If this isn't a low carb day for you, which it actually isn't for me, but I don't know, I didn't really plan this week out very well. You could add some rice. So I would just throw some rice in the rice cooker and just add some rice to this. It would be delicious. Would also go good with some quinoa or some sweet potato. You could just roast some sweet potato chunks in the oven. So you can make this work. Well, I love dishes that work low carb to regular macro. I feel like it's a lot less stressful when you can make a dish and kind of transition it easily back and forth. Okay, so now we're just gonna let the veggies cook. I'll clean this up and I'll give you guys a little overhead shot. Let's see how long our salmon's been cooking for. We've got about 2 minutes left on the salmon. So here's the vegetables. Here's what we got going on. All in the skillet. Nothing better than a big old skillet of sauteed veggies, especially summer ones. And the key with these vegetables, I'm going to give it a stir just to kind of coat all the vegetables with the olive oil and the salt and everything. But the key with these vegetables is not to overcook or overmix them. I find especially when you're cooking things like zucchini and squash that are very tender, it can be really easy to kind of stir them too much and they'll get mushy. So what I like to do is just kind of let it go, let it sit, give it a stir, let it get some good caramelization on there. I feel like when you stir too much, it can cause everything to kind of just break down and all the water can be released from the vegetable and it never really caramelizes and it gets kind of almost mushy. So let it sit, let it get some good color on there, and then give it a stir. Okay, so salmon, let's see. I'm gonna give it a peek, see how it looks. I mean, that's cooking great actually. I'll give you guys a sneaky peek. That's been in there for about 6 minutes. So it's not quite done yet. With salmon, you know it's done by just kind of feeling it. And it should be firm, but have a little bit of give. When I squeezed it there, it kind of like had a lot of give. So you want to let it cook a little bit longer. So this is a pretty easy recipe. At this point, if I was cooking dinner, I'd probably pour myself a glass of wine and kick back and relax. So what questions do you guys have? Or what, I know we've talked about Instant Pot, doing some more Instant Pot recipes. I can definitely do that. What other questions do you guys have for me on cooking, on meal planning? Also, if you guys are signed up for Healthy Passion, I don't know if you've seen, we added a quick add feature where if something's not in the software, you can manually add it yourself. And the cool thing about that is I can actually see those things added on the back end. I can't see who adds them, but I can see what's been added. And I can double check the nutrition, and if it's correct, I can add it into the software. So if you guys are on there, if you want to take some time and just add a couple of your favorite items that aren't in the software, that would help me sort of build out the database. I don't want it to be like MyFitnessPal where you can add anything because I don't want incorrect information, but I like how I can kind of let you guys add things and then filter through and make sure it's correct and then add them on there. So I'm hoping to really build out our database very intentionally with high quality items that you know have the correct info. Also, I am, for those of you who are asking for another 2-week meal plan, I do have another one coming. I'm working on it. I'm about 1 week in. So that should be released probably on Monday. So stay tuned for that. It'll just be another 2-week carb cycling meal plan, shopping list. All the recipes and everything will be included on there, so you'll know exactly what to eat to start carb cycling if that's something you're struggling with. Although I am a fan of the done for you meal plans at first. I think it's really important to learn. Hey Amanda. So that's what a Healthy Passion is for. It's kind of the best of both worlds. Okay, so let's give our salmon a check. It's been 7 minutes. So again, we'll kind of give it a squeeze. Honestly, that feels really good to me. So I'm going to pull it out and just let it rest. Like chicken, you always want to let your fish rest. So again, those juices can kind of go back into the fish versus kind of run everywhere. And I'll show you guys, I'll give it another squeeze. I'll show you guys what that looks like when it's finished. Can you see it? There we go. Hey Tracy. Brittany, you know, I want to, I just need to get enough people, because it takes me a full day to do it, so I just need to get enough people that want it. I know, like, whenever I do a survey, 100 people will say they want something, and 10 people will buy it, so I need at least, like, 10 to 15 people wanting to download it for it to be worth my time. So I need to do a survey and, like, get almost a commitment from people to do it. I would love to do a vegetarian one, but by the time I make the meal plan, do the shopping list, put all the recipes in there, it does take me like a full day to do. Okay, so you guys see how I give it a squeeze and it's nice and firm, but it's got a little bit of give? That's what we want. This is a nice piece of salmon. Yay, we got one. Yeah, I'll do a poll and I'll say, like, I need a more firm commitment, and if I can get, you know, at least 10 people, I'll definitely do it. Tracy, I love seeing all your wine pictures last night. I'm kind of jealous. I actually didn't drink any wine last night, so. And I was just telling everybody, I think Mike and I, we're trying to figure out our schedule, but I think we're going to start doing like a weekly wine tasting and then cook a recipe to go with the wine. So you'll get like a fun wine to pair and then a recipe to make with it. Okay, so I'm giving this a stir, and I'll show you guys again, because I didn't stir it very much. My veggies got some nice caramelization on them. So they're really nice and firm, but yet caramelization is where all the flavor is, it's where all the sugars start to come together, so it really makes your vegetables taste good. If I had been stirring this the whole time, what would happen is the veggies would break down and get mushy. So letting it sit really helps it to kind of have that nice texture. Okay, so now I'm going to add a little bit of butter. So the veggies have been cooking about 4 minutes, 5 minutes. I'm going to finish them off with a little Kerrygold butter, which a little is all I have right now, I guess. I get some more out. But we've got about a half tablespoon that's going to go in there. And what that's going to do by adding it towards the end is sort of coat the veggies with that fat, with that nice mouthfeel. And with butter, I like to add it at the end because I feel like that flavor really sticks, where when you add it too early, sometimes it gets lost. Yay, Brittany. Yeah, I feel like you'd love it. Good luck moving. How's that going? Are your little guys helping? I moved, gosh, a year and a half ago, I think it was, and we're like wanting to move to a farm and get a bigger house because we've got a lot of animals in this little house, but the idea of moving is just like overwhelming, so I feel for you. Okay, so veggies are almost done. I'm just letting that butter kind of cook off. Oh, good. At least you have helpers. And again, one more time, you guys can see the veggies got that nice color on them, and that butter even helped everything sort of caramelize even more. Okay, so there we have it. I'm going to get it all plated up just so y'all can see sort of the finished results, but what I like to do is take my vegetables and put them down first, and this is for 2 portions of veggies. Like I said, I'm going to make my second portion of salmon when I want to eat it, probably tomorrow. So that's a tip for healthy passion recipes. A lot of them serve 2, but if you're the type of person that doesn't like your meat reheated, you can make all the veggies and then reheat them, and then just make the meat as you want to, eat it. Or vice versa. If you're like a fan of fresh veggies, you can do that as well. All right, so there we go, guys. That is my, it's hard for me to, let me flip this around. It's hard for me to flip it around and see what I'm doing. There we go, our Cajun salmon in the air fryer with summer veggie saute. Oh, yay. Where are you moving, like, different neighborhood, different town? Yeah, this looks so good. So I'm going to shoot a picture of it, and then I will taste it, and then I'll get it into a healthy passion. And all 3 recipes from this week. So the air fryer chicken, the caprese quinoa, which I had for dinner last night. It was so tasty. And this Cajun salmon are all going to be in a healthy passion next week. So again, healthy passion subscribers, keep an eye out. We're going to do 3 more air fryer recipes next week as well. So got lots of stuff. Oh, okay, 2 miles. That's easy. That's not bad. Well, congratulations on buying. That's exciting. Yeah, Monique, I'm really excited about this. I just love, like, the air fryer gives it that nice crispy crust. And, you know, with salmon especially, I feel like for people who are, you know, newer to cooking, or if you're, you know, trying to balance a bunch of different things, it can be difficult to get that nice sear. So this kind of gives you that perfect sear every time. So I love it. All right, cool. I'm going to hop off here and get my rest of my work done. But tomorrow, come join me at 1 o'clock and hang out with my sweet friend Jenny. Y'all will love her. She has the cutest accent, and she's just so incredibly passionate about health and wellness. And sorry, you guys can't see my armpit. Probably need to shave them. Health and wellness and all the fun things that she's sharing. You guys are just going to love. So come hang out with us and meet her and ask her all your questions. I know I have a whole list of questions, like, ready to ask her. And she's going to help get me, you know, a little bit healthier skincare in my life, and hopefully she can inspire you all too. So I'll see you all tomorrow at 1, and then stay tuned for next week. I'll try to get the schedule done. I'll really try to get the ingredients list done so you all can follow along with me if you want. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Have an awesome day. Bye.